Well, welcome back. This is Marianne Amen again with Create Your Magnificent Life Now, and we're talking about how to convert your expertise to cash. So today we're going to go through my 8-step model, and we're going to get right into the mix. Now, what I love to do, whether it's working with mindset or whether goals, I love to start at the end and work backwards. So in this training, the end result we're looking to achieve is converting your expertise to cash. What you're going to see is that there's a number of steps to convert your expertise to cash. And we're not going to be able to get into depth with all of them. That is too comprehensive. However, I do believe it's immensely helpful to have an overview so you can see the context of this training. You know, sometimes there's so many pieces and things to do that we lose sight of where we are in the process and where we're going, why we're doing it, or even if there's other ways to accomplish each step of the process. You know, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, and we don't have to follow all the systems and formulas and templates that everybody puts out there. So I'm just going to give you an overview, and there's lots of gaps you can fill in and do each of the steps to your individual like and taste. So let's go. All right. Now I'm going to be showing you a pyramid, but this is the top cap of the pyramid. The first hurdle I want to address, and it's something that many people have to overcome, it's thinking about themselves as an expert. Do they even have an expertise? All right, that's something people are oftentimes uncomfortable with. Now, if you're uncomfortable calling yourself an expert or an authority, then I will tell you, you're going to have difficulty getting business or being profitable. But we can help you with that. For now, assume you do have an expertise that someone is paying you for. That's the ultimate end game, right? So how do you get to that point? Well, before people are going to hand money over to you, there had to have first been some kind of invitation, whether it's an email, online ad, or a personal conversation with you. Having quality conversations that convert may not be something you're comfortable with for a variety of reasons. Maybe that's why you're taking this training. There are a number of things that need to get settled, though, before you have engaging, exciting, and productive invitations. And we can help with that too. And I'll tell you about those in a second. But I just want to say that an invitation to explore with you can be something that just flows very naturally. It doesn't have to be a moment where you're all seized up. Believe me, I used to get, like I said, very anxious about this. But if I'm very focused on helping my prospective client understand what she wants, why is she even asking me for this kind of help, you know, and I help draw that out of her, then it is so much more natural when it comes time to actually decide if you're going to work together. Now, before you can even invite or open up an opportunity or have that agreement between the two of you, the step before that really is some kind of promotion or attraction. Before you can invite someone to work with you, they had to first have heard about what you offer or heard about you. That's the nature of promotion and attraction. Whether they heard about you through a referral, or they saw you speak on stage, or you nurtured a relationship with them online or offline, they have built up some kind of interest and some level of trust. So they'll take the next step, even if it's just an inquiry. This is where being fully authentic and a person of integrity works wonders. If you're you, doing what you are here to do in the way that you do it, there will be people who are interested in working with you. There will, I promise. A good work clearly articulated, and I know that's a separate activity there, clearly articulating what you do, But a good work clearly articulated will draw to you the right people at the right time in the right place. It is true. Don't think of promotion as, look at me, or, self-aggrandizing boastfulness, but rather you're giving people a chance to see who you are and how you can help them. They will self-select. Don't take that as rejection. They will self-select. So you don't have to chase them down or corner them or pressure anyone. Authentic education is the key these days. Authentic education-based marketing. It's come into its own. So give people an opportunity to know, like, and trust you. Now, some ways in which you can promote yourself and your work or attract people to you. I mean, there are hundreds of ways. Use your creativity. You don't have to do it like everybody else. So here's just some ideas. The standard way is give away free quality information. Let people know how you think, what you believe in, what you have to offer through freebies. Write a book. This is a great way for people to get to know you and your work. And it's easier today than ever. Excuse me. Hang on, I just got to get a little sip of water here. Thank you. And also to take your book to bestseller status. I mean, there's a lot of people doing that, and it's not that hard, believe me. You could do a workshop. I have one of my clients is doing a bang-up job with mini workshops, and she just keeps getting invited to do these mini workshops, and she builds her client list from doing these mini workshops. Free teleseminars. How about just going to all the people you know and letting them know what you do? You don't have to corner them, but just let them know and ask them to refer people to you if they ever think of it. Social media ads. That is a marvelous way for people to get to know your work. Have a free teleseminar, a workshop, or a freebie, and advertise that free offering through social media ads, Facebook ads. And you'll build your list that way. You'll have more people who are listening to you on a regular basis. Also, team up with somebody else that has a complementary basis. A lot of times we don't want to team up with somebody who does exactly what we do, though sometimes that's okay. But certainly team up with somebody who has a complementary business. I oftentimes team up with a good friend of mine who is a publisher. I help people to get over mindset blocks and barriers to writing their books, but she actually helps them put the book into reality. Now, before you promote what you do and how you do it, it's best to have a fully defined program or package. I call this a clear and compelling program or package. Well priced for the value you give, all ready to go. Sometimes I say to people, you might want to have a hip pocket program, a program in your hip pocket, because you never know when you're going to meet people. You should know your programs well enough. And I'm not saying, if somebody asks you what you do, that you just start going into all the details. Obviously, the best thing to do is to schedule a time where the two of you can listen to each other, talk to each other in a focused, undistracted fashion. That's the best way. But sometimes you're in that position and people really, you can't get them to a meeting, but you can certainly tell them about your hip pocket program. Now, some people call this your signature system or your irresistible offer. It's loaded with value for your ideal client and presented in a way that describes who they are, what they are experiencing, and what they desire. They don't necessarily even have to know what your program is before they talk to you at the invitation stage, but you need to know. The better you feel about this program and package, the more you are going to attract the right people to it effortlessly. Now, it may take some time and a lot of thought to put this together. This is one of the things that we do. We help people put their a clear and compelling program and package together. I love doing that. I know the pricing of it all can sometimes be tricky, but we have a team that's knowledgeable about the market, what's going on in the market, and what people are charging, what you can charge, and we'll work with you about that. We have a pretty good fix on this. So, if you need to, if you're stymied, and this is a very important piece of the process, then don't forget to schedule some time with me. Now, one thing I want to add too is, believe it or not, but it is easier to sell a $5,000 program or package with well laid out benefits than it is to sell $100 individual sessions. Just saying. Now, I had been coaching and counseling people for almost 30 years, but I didn't know how to make it a thriving, profitable business doing so. I was getting paid here and there, but I didn't have a brand, and it was maddening trying to figure this out. Again, through a divine download, it's true, I came up with my very first brand, transforming you from worrier to warrior. Your life is waiting. And it worked beautifully in attracting worriers who didn't want to be worriers anymore. Now, I still do that work, but my brand has evolved into something bigger a few years ago. I discovered that those who wanted to work with me, some of them didn't want to be classified as worriers. And they were a little reluctant to come to my events or work with me because of that. So I started thinking, I don't want to cut out certain people that I'm meant to work with, that I like to work with, because they don't classify themselves as a worrier. And really, my skill set went way beyond transforming worriers into warriors. So within 2 years of having that brand, I changed it to what it is today. Create your magnificent life now. Well, why? Because I believe we are all magnificent. Here to do a magnificent work in the world, destined to live a magnificent lifestyle. But life, limiting beliefs, external forces get in our way. So I help people overcome all that and reclaim their magnificence so they can live the life of their dreams, have the business of their dreams. My brand reflects me, not just the work I do. And if you're thoughtful about this, it will reflect you too and the work you do, and it will be one of your greatest assets. But your brand can either elevate you or it can constrict you. It can make you more profitable, or it can limit your finances and the people who desire to work with you. You need clarity. You need clarity. And the more you have, the more confident you will be. Now, one of the things you need clarity about, and this clarity is going to support your branding, your packaging, your promotions, your invitations, and ultimately help you convert your expertise to cash. And this clarity is about your value proposition, your USP, or your unique selling proposition. And also the message in you that people need to hear. Now, when I first heard these phrases, I actually shut down. Value proposition, unique selling proposition, my message, is there anything really unique about me? Well, what is this value that I have to offer? And what message do I have to share that people want to work with me about? I don't know. Well, I didn't know. It was so challenging. And for a while, I actually quit pursuing this line of work because I just couldn't figure this out. But I did. I did. Because of my struggle, though, I actually developed a system where my clients can actually discover the value they offer and what makes them unique in the marketplace. This is crucial to feeling confident about your pricing. Now, we'll go take this one step further. Before you get clarity about your value proposition or USP and message, you first need clarity about you. You. Who are you really? How do you shine forth your most authentic self if you're not sure who you are? And then there's the matter of not just knowing, but embracing, even liking who you are. There's so many people out there trying to build businesses and lead magnificent lives or better lives even, and they don't even like themselves. Or there's a substantial amount of things. Some of them don't even know that they're supposed to like themselves. So this is a work that is well worth doing. Getting clarity about you, your great work, your why. Dream businesses are where we can be fully ourselves and know and like who shows up. We need to be clear about what we do and also who we are. Being clear about your why. Let me talk about this a little bit. Being clear about your why is huge. Your why is, why are you doing this business? For what? And you have some very personal reasons. Like some people, their why is their family. They're doing this business so that they can have flexibility and freedom to have more time with their family. And others are doing it strictly because they have a passion to do this work. It's a call on their lives. It's their contribution to the world. It's how they're going to, through the ripple effect, affect and elevate the world. What motivates you? What you believe in? Why you're here on this earth are crucial and foundational elements to your business. So as you can see, clarity is powerful, and really it supports the whole rest of the process. The more clarity you have, the more you will attract easily your ideal clients and customers. They are looking for you. They're looking for you. If you need help with clarity, I have a VIP program called Clarity in a Day. And it's an overnight experience. You spend a whole day, an evening and a whole day with me, and we just help you to overcome any blocks and barriers to get the clarity you're looking for, get clear about what you offer as far as your programs, your packages, and pricing. So ask me about that at some point. But clarity is power. Okay. Now, as you can see, the majority of the pyramid here, the model, is your belief system. Your belief system is the largest, most important element of your success. And I don't think there's anybody that would disagree with that. We oftentimes don't believe it, and we're always looking to do the strategies and get more information and so forth when we haven't fully tackled our belief system. If you have an empowered, abundant belief set that is aligned with God, as well as your goals and dreams, then you will effortlessly flow into success. Really effortlessly flow into success. You'll spend a whole lot less time fretting, second guessing, and searching for the resources you need to move forward. You will have streamlined wisdom and joy. But if your belief set is riddled with thoughts and feelings that hold you back and make you stuck, no amount of strategy or information will move you forward, certainly not with ease. You're going to be kicking and screaming the whole way, and it's going to be exhausting, and you may find yourself in danger of quitting, and that would be a shame because the world needs what you have to offer, and that's not just a line. Your beliefs flow through all your activities and determine your results. Whether they are empowering or disempowering, abundant and loving or fear-based and limiting, your beliefs are going to naturally flow and affect all you are trying to do. I've represented your belief system here to be about 2/3 or 60% of what affects your ability to convert your expertise to cash. But research shows it closer to 80 or 90%. So while all the above is vital to connecting your expertise to cash, we are going to be focusing on the most important factor here in this training, because an empowered, confident, abundant, grateful, and humble belief set is your power to attract. It's your power to attract. I'm not talking braggadocio, manipulation, bullying, guilting, shaming, convincing, pressuring, or extracting your clients or your customers' last dollar. In fact, people who offer and sell that way are typically loaded with fears and insecurities. You can smell it a mile away. Don't be that person. You don't have to be that person. You can be the kind of person and have the kind of confidence that says, I'm grateful I have a valuable service that changes lives. I've poured my heart, soul, time, money, and energy into my craft. In honor of all my efforts and the gifts God has given me, I claim I deserve to be paid. Claim it. You deserve to be paid. To not be paid well really is dishonoring to God and yourself and those you're here to serve. You know, speaking of this, a lot of people think that God is more pleased when we give our services away for free. And I'm going to address that a little bit more thoroughly later on in another part, and like in section 4. But I just want to put that out there. God is not more pleased at your poverty. He's not more pleased when you give away the store and you don't take care of yourself. When I wasn't able to earn the kind of money I needed to cover my expenses and provide for our needs, let alone our desires, I thought hard about going back into law, something I didn't want to do, but something I thought I might have to do. And thank God I didn't. You can make this work. So I want you to make a decision and a declaration today. Say with me, I am making a decision today. I will no longer be a slave to my fears, and I will not lower the value of my services by not charging a fair and noble price. You keep saying that, and you're going to notice a remarkable shift if you haven't already. So, make a decision. Put your stake in the ground. We're going to address some specific ways to reduce your fears and increase your confidence. But making a quality decision is a hugely powerful step. Your transformation will be easier and faster if you make a quality decision. So, right here now, I urge you to take a moment and write down your commitment to no longer sell yourself short or undervalue your work, but rather commit to mutually benefiting each other with a fair exchange. You and your prospective client mutually benefiting each other. You don't even have to know what that is at this point. You will. But for now, trust and make that decision. Okay, so how do you get that kind of confidence? Well, that's what we're going to tackle in part 2 of this training.